Okay, this is round 3. What's going on here is this, folks. I have changed my mind, and I'm going to keep changing my mind every time I start a project. I always wonder, what do I need to do? How do I need to approach it? What's the cost? What is it going to cost me? You know, and when it comes down to it, I mentioned in the video prior to this one that I had so many comments on this retaining wall that I built that I already knew that that's not what was going to be there. That wasn't the whole purpose. So here's what's going on. I got a surprise in that van, and I want to show you what it is. But before I do, here's what we're gonna talk about, so we can clear the air. Okay, let's do it. All right, let's clear the air on something. Number one, I don't have any survey equipment out here. That's number one. My buddy Riley does. Problem is, I can't get him and his equipment out here until basically 2 more weeks. So what I wanted to do, because I had 3 days off, and of course now I'm back to my normal schedule, work's already coming in, and I'm have to put this thing on hold again. And plus, weather is not cooperating. It's going to rain again. It rained like for 24 damn hours a couple 3 days ago, and that's really what always happens around here until the weather settles and I make up my mind. Then I can only take baby steps when it comes to certain things. So this whole retaining wall thing was a test of elevation. I needed to know exactly how high the elevation was on this corner, okay? This is my low spot. Now, I've already kind of got it all, you know, in there, but problem is I don't have the right elevation for anything. Now, the other part of the story is, of course, this is not going to stay here. Come on, guys. This all has to be trenched down at least 24 inches and go all the way around, and that way it has a secure foundation if I plan on building on top of these blocks, which now has completely changed because of the type of building. And you can see the rain has just got everything warped, and it's sinking over here. But you know this is that ABC. This stuff is already set. Look at this stuff is hard as a freaking rock in here already, which is good. This is my base, but I'm going to tell you what this is going to be about, and that's what the story is of what's in that van. As I talked to a few of my friends, I've listened to all your comments, I read your comments, and when it comes right down to it, cost and materials is everything. It's everything. You know, I'm trying to stay on a budget. My budget is $14,000. Okay, so far I'm doing pretty good. I don't have a lot of money invested in this except for the rock and the fabric. That's it. That's all I got. And I got everything pretty cheap. Contractor rates, or I had the block free. You know, all that stuff over there is free. You know, so the rest of it is just a matter of figuring out elevation again, figuring out the size, and here's going to be the new dimension. It's going to be 24 by 28 because we got to be 4 on 4. All right, that's just the way it is, okay? And that's from a person, one of my subscribers from Texas said, hey, look, if you're going to build this shop, he goes, use standard construction material measurements because that's what you're going to be dealing with is the materials. And I totally agreed with him. I said, yep, I agree with you. So I'm agreeing. Now, so being that it's going to be 24 by 28, that still gives me the interior space that I need for this. So the thing is what kind of a building is it going to be? Is it going to be made out of wood? Is it going to be made out of metal? Is it going to be a combination of both? You know, who knows? So what I ended up coming up with is this, is that to be able to pour slab, which is ultimately what I want. I don't want a gravel floor. You know, hell, I got plenty of gravel out here. What I need is a concrete slab. And when I made some calls, and I have called some of your referrals that you guys sent me, you know, through, you know, the comment section, you know, don't be fooled, folks. These prices are still high, man. I mean, to come out here and pour a slab this big, it's not cheap, bro. I'm telling you, it's not cheap. And the other thing is the slab has to be kind of thick. It can't be 4 inches. I want a 5-inch slab. That's just what I want. I want a 5-inch slab. And the only other way is that I've got to be able to get all the, you know, I need to get the lumber so I can build a form, and that brings me up to this. All right, let's go look. Did I get a deal yesterday at Lowe's? Oh my God. I got enough lumber now to build a form. And boy, is it cheap. You're not going to believe how cheap this is. Ready? Here we go. Hold on to your hats. Now, everybody knows if you shop at Lowe's that if you know where to look and you know who to talk to, you can get some deals on stuff. Now, this is 2x8x12, okay? 2x8x12. And there's 11 of them. You do the math. 11 times 12. That's how many board foot I've got, okay? Now, these normally are $13.59 a piece, okay? $13.59 a piece. These are not treated, okay? This is not treated. This is going to be used for forms. Being that this is 7.5 inches, I can do a 5-inch slab using these boards right here. Now, and you think, geez, 12-footers fit in this van? You're damn right 12-footers fit in this van. They fit all the way up there, but there's 12 foot, man. Okay? Now, these were imperfections. These all have a little boo-boos or something, or a little, they're bowed, or, you know, they got little cracks and, you know, just stuff like this, right? You know, scarring. All right? And when I got with one of the lumber managers, I just said, hey, can we go through the stack and find 11 of them that have some issues and I can get the deal on it? And he goes, right, you can. Go ahead and do it. You see the cracks? All of them have something, but they're 90% perfect, okay? 90%. All right, here's the big question. How much do you think I paid for these? Oh, yeah. You know me. I like deals. And that's what this is all about. I don't care if it takes me a year to build this damn thing. You know why? Because I want to be able to say to myself that I built it, and I built it on a budget, and I got a deal on everything. Everything. And that's just the way I like it, man. It's the only way it makes me sleep at night. Okay, here's the price. You ready? All right. Lowe's has a policy that boards have imperfections. They'll put them in the back, and you can buy them by the bundle at 75% off. Plus, I also get 10% for military. So these were 85% off the retail price. Can you guess what I've got in it total? This is with tax out the door. Drum roll. You guys would be guessing. I'm not going to put out no gift cards or anything for this one. This is too easy, okay? But the bottom line is I paid $31.26 out the door for this lumber. That's right, $31.26 out the door. Now that's a deal. That allows me to form it. And what I'm going to do, being that there's some bows, some twists, and some other little issues, is I'm going to put it inside. This is not treated lumber. I've already made a space for it. It's going to go right back through there. And I've got two concrete bags, 80 pounds, that I'm going to set on top of it. And then that way, it'll stay nice and high and dry in here, okay? And I'll be able to straighten those boards out. Plus two, think about it this way. When you're building forms, you're building supports, right? You put 2x4s in the ground, or you put those stakes in the ground, you screw into them, and you draw the boards straight when you install them. So for them to be bowed, that doesn't matter, because I'm going to pull the bow out of them once I get, it staked in. And then I think that way I can, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. But the bottom line is, as long as it's so close, and whoever pours the concrete, and that's the other thing. The other part of this whole madness, now I'm going to share some other costs with you that's going to shock you. What do you think the metal mesh that you have to put in the form, the metal wire, how much do you think a roll of that stuff cost? It'll shock you. You know how many rolls, I'm gonna just build this up. You know how many rolls of wire, and these come in rolls now, that I would have to put in here? 5 rolls of wire, okay? And guess what each roll cost? Each roll now. And this is the best deal I can find so far. And believe me, I'm still looking around. I'm looking on Craigslist, Marketplace, I'm looking everywhere. But this is from Lowe's. $375 a roll. Holy shit. I'll have over $1,000 just in wire mesh. That to me sounds a little damn steep. I didn't think steel was having an issue with pricing, but I digress. Oh yes, it does. Holy crap. And now, here's the other thing. I need to get some quotes from our local concrete guys, companies, on a 24 by 28 by 5 inch slab to pour it, edge it, not sweep it. I need it screeded, and then of course smoothed out. So I want a smooth surface on it, and then come back and make your cuts into concrete for your crack lines. Okay, so that way I have a perfect, nice square, not square, let's not use the word square because it's not square, but 24 by 28 slab out here, 5 inches thick, reinforced with wire. And then guess what kind of building I can build? Anything. I can go metal, which I've got some quotes out there on some metal building. Now I want some heavy duty ones, not some of this light gauge crap that's out there. And believe me, there's some light gauge stuff out there. I've looked at frames, metal frames, tubes, everything that they use in their construction. And believe me, there's a world of difference between all of them. And right now, I'm not 100% sure on that particular issue. I'm still doing a bunch of shopping around on that, okay? And again, once the slab's up, that's pretty much, first I'm concerned, half the battle. Once I get this slab in, then the rest of it is just construction, okay? It's just standard construction, finding the materials, finding the right type of materials, finding the builder, or something that can be done, DIY myself. So that's kind of it. All right. I know watching my channel gets really confusing because I'm all over the place when it comes to this stuff. But if you don't know me by now, like I said, we had a huge rain and wind the other day, and hold on. Hey. Damn it. Okay, stay there. All right, this doesn't want to cooperate. I'm gonna have to fart with it a little bit later on. But anyway, this is a piece of junk wood. What I ought to do. You know what I ought to do. Hold on, guys. I need to get this damn thing out of here. And just drop the damn thing. It's a piece of junk. Ah! All right. Let it sit on the ground. Yeah, but that's the whole thing with me. I have to get deals on everything. I don't know. It's something in me that's just the way I've always rolled. You know, I feel paying retail for everything is a little ridiculous, especially since I know if you look around and you work with cash, you can find deals, and you guys know this already. Okay, all right. So that's the deal. Now, again, this block wall was only for one purpose and one purpose only. Since I don't have any survey equipment out here, I needed to see how off this land was, and the only way I could do it, the only way I could see doing it with what limited stuff I had out here, is to build this, and it would give me a general idea of how much trench work would have to go into this, form work would have to go into this to put up a cinder block exterior, and the cost is, and then the labor and the cost, believe it or not, is not bad, but it's a lot of labor. Then you got to rebar it. You got to at least have 2 to 3 course high. This has got to be in the ground 2 and 3 courses, especially down there as it comes up this way. And across is not so bad. You'll have 1 course in the ground, 1 on top, and then you run down that way and you're going to have a bunch of block. That's the other thing. For a stack of block, it was $2.75. They're basically $2.28 a piece. That's, or $2.38 a piece. So, but still, I would need a shitload more of them. At least 3 pallet loads. And again, there's more cost in that. Then you got to concrete everything. It's labor intensive putting in a block foundation. Labor intensive. You know, I'm not building a house out here. This is just going to be a shop. You know, a shed, a shop, whatever. I'll figure it all out once I figure it all out. But let me get this lumber out of the back of the van into the shipping container. I mean, you know, the weather around here is cold, hot, sunny, rainy. It's a mixed bag of tricks constantly every day. And with our local weather people, not really, they're guessing every day. That's all they're doing. I can go outside and do a better job, but you know, I digress. You know, I always bitch and complain about the weather people in Raleigh because they're not all that good. they're not that good. But anyway, that's the story. That's what I'm going. This is what I'm going through right now with this whole process. It's just trying to figure this thing out, the most cost effective. And like I said, my budget's 14 grand. That's what I got saved up, and that's all I'm going to spend. So right now I'm under $1,000. I'm under $1,000 still right now, and I want to stay that way until I build this form, and then I'll figure out who the contractor is going to be for the concrete, and then I'll worry about the building. You know, the building, I'll find it. I'll find materials for the building, and then I'll know exactly what the end result is, and also what the end cost is, and also the type and style and materials is going to be used to put this thing together, I hope. Y'all stay tuned, stay blessed, and thank you for this annoying process and all your comments. I didn't comment on any of the I didn't make any comments on your comments on the last video. I just read them all, and of course every one of you guys are right. You know, this whole thing over here is a big screw up, but like I said, it was for one purpose and one purpose only, to find out what the damn elevation is. And now I know I got 11 inches of elevation from this corner to that corner is 11 inches, okay? So that's quite a bit, okay? That means that it's gotta be backfilled, and it's also gotta be compensated for to make this thing flat. All right, out of here. Talk to you tonight, maybe.